This is Region 10 News at 5.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cindy Spencer.
And I'm Brian Grenrood. Our top story today, flamboyant former Governor Edwin Edwards has been out of the Louisiana spotlight since the end of his fourth term in office.
But the FBI and prosecutors have been shining bright lights on Edwards and his cronies as they investigate his ties to gambling. Today, a federal grand jury indicted Edwards, his son, and 4 other men on charges of racketeering and conspiracy. They're accused of being illegally involved in the awarding of riverboat casino licenses. This would be Edwards' 3rd trial. He was acquitted in 2 others in the 1980s.
Governor, would you ever consider a guilty plea in this case?
No. I had an opportunity a year ago to make an unbelievably good deal for myself with my son getting total immunity with no responsibility whatsoever. Wouldn't do it then, wouldn't do it now. I didn't do anything that violates the law.
Edwards, his son Stephen, State Senator Greg Tarver, and the others are each charged with 34 counts. 3 people have pleaded guilty in the case, including San Francisco 49ers owner Eddie DeBartolo.
A Louisiana congressman is challenging for the highest-ranking post in the Republican Party. Congressman Bob Livingston announced today that he will challenge Newt Gingrich for the job of Speaker of the House. Livingston is from Metairie. He is chairman of the House Appropriations Committee.
A crossroads for our party, a crossroads for the House of Representatives, a crossroads for the country, and a crossroads where we must choose between inspirational speeches and perspiration-filled achievement.
Gingrich could lose a bid for re-election as Speaker if just 7 Republicans vote against him. The election is later this month.
The elections are causing quite a stir in Washington, but do you really think anything will change, or will it just be politics as usual? That's the question we asked you in this week's 10 on the Street.
I think that it might make the Congress look a little more closely at the impeachment process and perhaps streamline it somewhat. I think there has been a message sent that people want emphasis to be more on issues rather than on the Monica Lewinsky fiasco.
I don't think that they're going to make a major impact in Washington, actually, but I do hope that they will be good representatives of our part of the country.
I don't think so. For the simple fact is that Arkansas is such a small state, we don't have enough electoral votes to make a difference.
10 on the Street is a weekly segment on Fridays at 5. Look for more of your opinions next week.
Federal inspectors now confirm it. That recalled ground beef does contain E. coli. The IBP company out of Nebraska recalled more than 500,000 pounds of ground beef in 33 states, including Louisiana. They were worried about possible E. coli contamination, and now tests prove they were right. The meat was sold in generic retail tubes labeled ground beef 20% fat or ground beef 27% fat. IBP says consumers, should call the store where they bought the meat to find out if it is under the recall.
Here's a question for you. Which state do you think has the worst roads in America?
I'll tell you what, Cindy, everybody in Louisiana is saying we do, and everybody in Arkansas is saying we do.
That's
but
right.
Only one of them is right, and it's Arkansas.
Right.
In 1996, the state of Arkansas spent just $8 million on road repair, compared with an average of over $2 billion spent by other states. And that's probably why we spend so much on car repairs. Arkansans pay almost $40 million fixing their cars each year. The Surface Transportation Policy Project, who did the study, says to fix the problem, the state should fix the existing roads before building new ones.
Federal agents will be checking your background the next time you want to buy a gun in one of our states. Arkansas Attorney General Winston Bryant says the state will no longer do background checks for gun buyers. The FBI will take over that job on November the 9th. A federal law requires the checks, but the law does not require the states to do them. The Arkansas State Police stopped doing the checks in January.
Hunting is a favorite pastime here in Region 10, but some people get so caught up in the thrill of the hunt, they forget to be careful. A Monroe man was shot to death while hunting in Union Parish 2 weeks ago. Deputies are still looking into what happened, but they say there were more than 500 hunters in the area at the time, and that may be too many.
Because, see, with that many hunters, they could be arguing over a place to hunt.
Wildlife and Fisheries agents are pleading with hunters to wear orange.
And the accidents have really fallen in the numbers
since we've made people do that and forced them to do that, has fallen a lot.
If you have any safety questions about hunting, call these toll-free numbers. In Arkansas, it's the Game and Fish Commission at 1-800-364-GAME. Or in Louisiana, it's the Wildlife and Fisheries Department at 800-442-2511.
2 people were hurt in a house fire last night in Monroe. It happened in the 2200 block of Short Washington Street. Ruby Woodard and Johnny Alexander both suffered injuries and were taken to Conway Hospital. The cause of the blaze is still under investigation.
President Clinton pays homage to his home state with a White House ceremony this morning. Little Rock Central High School is now a National Historic Site. President Clinton signed the legislation today. Joining him for the event, 6 of the 9 students who endured hostility, anger, and threats while Little Rock Central was desegregated.
Children will never fully understand what you experienced in 1957. Maybe that's not such a bad thing.
After the ceremony, the president boarded Air Force One and flew into Highfield to dedicate the brand new Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport.
Well, if you're getting ready to go to a Region 10 high school football game, one of the last ones of the seasons, we might add, stay tuned and bring your coat. I'm sure Tom's going to tell us it's not going to get any warmer out there.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's going to say. And if you want to make sure your pets are ready for the cooler weather, our Call 10 guest can help. Dr. Jim Rundle is here to answer all your pet questions today, so call our toll-free number if you're having any kind of dog or cat problems. The number is 1-800-613-0195. Dr. Rundle will answer your question live on the air later in the show.
This is Region 10 News with Brian Grenrood, Cindy Spencer, and meteorologist Tom Pearson. Region 10 News is brought to you by Pizza Hut.
Announcing McDonald's $2.79 Choose Your Meal deal. Choose one of 3 extra value meals for $2.79. The double cheeseburger, the filet of fish, or the Cajun McChicken sandwich, large fries, and a medium drink, all for just $2.79. The $2.79 Choose Your Meal deal. Yeah, I mean meal deal. No, a meal deal, yes. Large fries and a medium shrink. I mean large fries and a medium drink. Yes, the $2.79 Choose Your Real deal. No, meal deal.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Bernie's Trend House Furniture, Northeast Louisiana's largest furniture dealer, is where you'll find 5-piece dinettes, oak or cherry, priced at just $388. Lazy Boy rocker recliners starting at just $288. Beautiful 4-piece bedroom groups starting at $999 with triple dresser, mirror, bed, and nightstand. 7-piece living room groups, 5 styles to choose from, just $999. But it's only at Bernie's Trend House Furniture, 3111 Louisville Avenue in Monroe.
Kiwanis Club of Monroe's annual Pancake Day is Tuesday, November 10th, 1998 at 3900 Loop Road. Tickets are available from any Monroe Kiwanis member or at First United Methodist Church the day of the event.
It's one word that nobody likes to hear, but are we failing to say it to our children when we should be?
Monday on Region 10 Today, we'll talk about the importance of setting limits and how it can make all the difference.
It's also time to start thinking about that holiday menu, and the Magic Man will give us a hand.
Plus, all the latest news and weather to start your Monday off right.
Intrepid styling speaks for itself. As for what's underneath, car and driver had a few words of their own. Lease a well-equipped Intrepid for as low as $269 a month. Meteorologist Tom Pearson is certified by the American Meteorological Society and the National Weather Association.
Well, I wasn't up early enough this morning, but apparently we had a weather phenomenon. I don't know if it's a phenomenon, but for around here it is.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen it for a while, and that would be frost.
Wow.
Yeah, had a lot of that scattered around the area, so probably not much to do damage to a bunch of plants because it was probably only for a short time. But nevertheless, did see some frost. Don't think we'll see it tonight because last night, if you were watching, we were talking about how quickly the clouds were decreasing, and that would give us the colder temperatures. Well, tonight, Just the opposite. Skies are going to be increasing with clouds, and that will keep the temperatures up and probably no frost tonight. Anyway, without further ado, we'll just jump right in here and take a look at the current conditions via WeatherNet 10 in real time from West Washita High School, where the skies are mostly clear. There are a few high clouds drifting in from the west. Temperature 52 degrees, dew point temperature nice and cool way down there, indicating some pretty dry atmosphere at 39 degrees, and the winds are near calm. Now the temperature has dropped to 51 degrees, and it will drop off pretty quickly since we're just about at sunset. In fact, speaking of sunset, let's go to Doppler 10 here. We'll take this a little bit out of order, and once again, there is sunset. Again, the radar is able to pick that up, because, again, the sun broadcasts on all radio frequencies and just happens to be one of the same ones that the radar sees. So when the sun is low in the sky and the radar is looking right into the sun or facing right into it, then it sees that as a little bit of a return. And generally, it's only there for about 5 or 10 minutes, because then the sun is either too high or it falls below the horizon and you can't see it. But it's interesting because in the wintertime, that's looking more to the southeast. In the summer, of course, it moves back up to the northwest. Otherwise, no rain out there right now, as you might guess. Other temperatures across the Region 10 viewing area all in the 50s, but will drop quickly into the 40s. But I don't think we'll see any 30s tonight. Maybe a few isolated ones if the clouds get here as quickly as I am anticipating, because of a couple of storm systems out to our west. Already you can see all the low clouds across the central portion of the country, and you can see pretty clearly how they're advancing eastward very, very rapidly. In fact, I think there's a little upper air disturbance moving across southeast Texas even as we speak, and a few high clouds drifting across the area this afternoon. So we had clear skies all day long. There go a few of the high clouds that you maybe saw late this afternoon, but again, this is all mid and low level cloudiness, and look how rapidly, just over the last few hours, advancing from central Oklahoma and central Texas eastward, now right to the western borders of Louisiana and Arkansas. But if for some reason this doesn't make it across here, it'll be a very chilly night again tonight, maybe even colder than this morning. But my forecast is for these clouds to continue moving eastward, and because of that, the clouds will act as a blanket and keep us a little bit warmer than we saw last night. So look for cloudy skies tonight, even though it's clear right now. Overnight lows right around 40, give or take just a little bit, and the winds will be near calm, but will tend to be out of an east to northeasterly direction, less than 5 miles per hour. It looks like cloudy skies, I think, throughout the day tomorrow, with noontime temperatures in the 50s, with an east breeze at about 5 to 10, and high temperatures tomorrow only around 60 once again. Our storm system out to the west gets just a little bit closer, and we'll see some scattered showers and thunderstorms out to the west, where it looks like conditions a little bit more conducive for some convective type weather, or that being thunderstorms right along a trough of low pressure, a little deeper moisture out here as well, a little closer to the front, a little closer to the upper air energy as well. So again, that's where the best chances for rain will be. We'll see cloudy skies again. I don't think we'll see any rain tomorrow, but by tomorrow night into Sunday, I think our rain chances will begin to increase as this little rascal moves this way. And there's another one coming on shore in the northwest that will be here around Tuesday, and it looks stronger than this one. May increase our rain chances a little bit more significantly for late Monday into Tuesday. With that in mind, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. By the way, that next system should provide a considerable amount of snow to the Rocky Mountains, so if you maybe have ski plans to the mountains over Thanksgiving, something like that, probably be okay. But it looks like cloudy skies over the weekend, temperatures warming up a little bit, especially at night, and then mostly cloudy skies the early part of next week with scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two, and then after that, the middle to latter part of the week looks pretty nice. High temperatures should stay in the 60s, overnight lows primarily in the 40s.
All right, get your fireplaces ready. Thanks a lot, Tom. Well, it's a love affair unlike any you've ever seen. The most unlikely stalker traps a man in his own home trying to win his affection. Charles Leaf has today's You Gotta Be Kidding.
Well, it was a fatal attraction. She was either going to get me or I was going to shoot her is what it came down to.
Ed Stuardi was a prisoner in his own home. An unlikely 6-foot-tall, 150-pound female had her eye on him.
This emu shows up in our yard and kind of took a shine to me at some point.
She might know you.
Emma, emu.
That's right. You're looking into the eyes of a lovesick emu.
And this last time she came charging, stuck her head way up, her throat swelled, and this thumping sound came out. And
was that like a mating call?
I've been told it is, yes. I don't know whether it was or not. But
was this the strangest courtship that you've ever had?
I would agree with that, yes. No doubt about it.
Was your wife jealous at all?
No, she wasn't. She was scared, too.
I was ready to get rid of her.
The emu has since been corralled, and Ed is now free to come and go as he pleases. Brian, have you ever had that mating call done to you?
No. No emus are in love with me as far as I know. Hey, we have a story right off the Associated Press wire here. Sources say Newt Gingrich has told associates he will give up the speaker's job, and that does not necessarily mean that Bob Livingston automatically gets it. There will still be an election, but according to the Associated Press, sources say Newt Gingrich has given up the speaker's job.
All right.
Well, your pets are the topic of Call 10 today, so get your questions ready for the veterinarian.
Dr. Jim Rundle will join us live on the set when Region 10 News continues.
That great giraffe.
Children love animals, and they enjoy learning everything about them. That's why your children will love Zoo Books.
This exciting magazine for children will bring the most wonderful animals into your home. Animals that do the most amazing things. Your children will meet incredible new animals and read fascinating new facts about them. Just think, 12 big zoo books that will show your kids hundreds of amazing animals, many that they've never seen before. Call this toll-free number now. You'll receive a full year of zoo books, plus this stunning tiger poster and animal stickers to put anywhere. And you'll even get this extra elephants issue absolutely free. Call now and start zoo books coming to your children today.
To order, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-401-6677. That's 1-800-401-6677.
Want to take your taste for great fast food in a different direction?
You ought to drive into Sonic,
where you can add chili to just about anything, from chili cheeseburgers to chili cheese fries. Or right now, get our Coney and Tot special, an extra long cheese coney topped with chili and tangy cheddar cheese, plus a side of crispy tater tots for just $2.79 at Sonic, where the spice of life is right at your fingertips.
Hi, welcome to Sonic.
Drive in for a change this month and get our cheddar peppers for just 99 cents.
Email your story ideas directly to the Region 10 News, Weather, and Sports departments, or send general comments to region10@bayou.com. Services provided by Bayou Internet.
Dr. Jim Rundle is our Call 10 guest today. We're talking about your pets, and Michelle has a pet question for you, Doc. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Yes, I have a question. My dog has to stay outside, so what can I do to help keep him warm?
Well, of course, that's pretty easy. You need to just build him a shelter, and you don't want it very large. I don't know how big your dog is, but let's say it's a 25, 30-pound dog. A 3x3 by 3 shelter is plenty big. You want it small enough so the body heat can warm it. And you want, of course, to have a windbreak so that the wind won't be swirling around him, and put some blankets in there, and he should do fine.
And at what temperature should you bring him in?
Oh, that's hard to say, because whatever I don't know what your outside is, but if you go out there and you're worried, bring him in the laundry room. Anytime just use common sense. Anytime you get worried about your animal may be too cold, well, you've always got the laundry room to fall back on.
There we go. Let's go to Angie now. Hi, Angie. What's your question today?
Yes, I have a question. It's about a cat. She just had kittens.
They were about 2 weeks old, and I brought them in because it was so cold, and I was wondering, she likes to stay outside, like, overnight. Is it okay to leave her away from them overnight?
At 2 weeks it is. At 2 weeks she'll be fine. They'll be fine. You can let her out at night and let her back in the morning.
Is she trying to get away from it at all? Or?
Probably not. Probably at this age, this little early, she just probably is more accustomed to the outside and feels uncomfortable inside.
Okay. Let's talk about something we were talking about in the break. You said there's a recall on some dog food right now.
Right. Some of your lower-end dog foods, your cheaper dog foods, there's been some recall, and when you of course you'll know the foods I'm talking about with your price. Whenever you get down to 25, 30 cents a pound, that's a cheap dog food. And what has happened is some of the food companies in Texas, and I understand one in Louisiana, have bought some of this aflatoxin corn that the farmers couldn't get rid of and have put it in the dog food. So if you're worried, talk to your retailer and ask him, because certainly the companies have contacted him.
And what can this bad dog food do?
Diarrhea is the first symptom. It's an aflatoxin, and aflatoxin primarily affect the GI tract, liver, and brain.
Okay. Let's get. We have another caller. Just get in. Hi. Jennifer, are you there?
Yes.
What's your question, please?
Yes. I was wondering what's a good material, something that I can insulate my doghouse with.
Well, of course, you can always put some fiberboard up, and you want, if you put something like insulation material, you want to protect it so the dog can't chew it. But anything, just make it tight, and then you can put some blankets in there. If it's not too large, just some blankets. A good, tight wooden doghouse, sheltered from the wind, is normally sufficient.
You said their body heat will heat that up, right?
That's right. Good. You don't want a big old rambling house for them.
Right. Dr. Rondo, always good to see you. Thanks for coming down.
It's a pleasure.
Cindy?
There are a lot of new people in public service after the election, but in Logan County, Nebraska, the sign outside the sheriff's office reads, "Help Wanted." Royce Wilson has the story.
The community of Stapleton is a quiet, peaceful place, great for raising kids with a low crime rate. So why doesn't someone want to be the new sheriff?
Well, it don't pay enough. Everybody's going to want more money.
You see, the last elected sheriff, Danny Kramer, has taken a job with the railroad. And Jim Wanch came out of retirement to work until January the 1st as sheriff. And even though Mr. Wanch received 46 write-in votes, he could be the next sheriff, but he wants to retire. Mr. Wanch says this could be a job to supplement a farmer or rancher, or would be a great opportunity for a young person, but it does require a lot of time.
There's no deputy, so you're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you're here. So I have other things, I do other things too, but you're supposed to be there when the phone rings.
There are a lot of Region 10 sheriffs, I guess, who could move there and be happy, right?
Yeah, but we don't want them to leave. We love all our sheriffs.
Absolutely. When we come back, Tom will have the exclusive 7-day forecast.
But first, here's a preview of tonight's NBC Nightly News.
Tonight, Newt Gingrich, can he survive as Speaker? Also, those explosive developments in the Middle East and America's worst roads. Which ones are they? Find out next on NBC Nightly News.
The KTVE Region 10 Fish and Game Forecast is brought to you by Teague Chevrolet Olds Toyota in El Dorado. When you see news happen, call the Region 10 newsroom by dialing star 10. The call is free on your SentryTel phone.
So, you thought you knew everything about the Sicilian, huh? Well, I got news for you. Now it's in a whole nother league. This is the Supreme Sicilian. This is Ken Griffey giving a baseball a facial. This is enough basil, oregano, and garlic in the crust to drop your carcass to the canvas. This is enough toppings to draw a flag for piling on. This is the Supreme Sicilian Pizza. Just $8.99. But hurry, soon this deal's gonna be gone. Pizza Hut, the best pizzas under one roof. We're giving away 5 million cans of Pepsi One. Get your can with any medium or large pizza only at Pizza Hut.
If you buy a new Fleetwood home before December 31st, this will be your payment for the first month. And this will be your payment for the second month. And this will be your payment for the third. Because when you buy any new Fleetwood home, you'll make no payments until $19.99. So how does this make you feel? We thought so. Fleetwood Homes. Quality for life. No payments until $19.99. See your Fleetwood Homes retailer for details. Some restrictions apply. Call 1-800-350-2200. Promotion ends December 31st.
If you're a homeowner looking to save money on your current monthly mortgage, or you'd like to finance the purchase of a home, call Fidelity Funding today. Or if you're a homeowner paying $1,000 a month or more in credit card and other bills, Fidelity Funding can help reduce your monthly payments by up to 1/2, and we can usually approve your loan before you hang up. So whether you want to purchase a home, refinance your current mortgage, or consolidate your monthly debt payments, even if you've had some past credit problems, call Fidelity Funding at 1-800-269-4100.
Friday at 10:15, feel the drama. It's Region 10's Football Friday Night. Complete coverage of the region's high school football scene. For your team's scores and highlights, join Bo Bayman and John Brady for Region 10's Football Friday Night. Brought to you by Wendy's, Joe's Tire Service, and McKinney Honda.
Reuniting children with a parent of a different race.
You had several questions for your dad. Ask away.
On the next Montel.
Weekdays at 3, only on KTVE Region 10. Tom's 7-day forecast is brought to you by McDonald's.
Tom, give us some good football weather.
You got it. You've got some chilly temperatures. Only we were in the 50s today, but with the lack of sunshine and sunset, temperatures will drop off rapidly, and by the end of most of the games, we'll easily be in the 40s overnight. But clouds will be increasing over the next couple of hours, and then that should put a halt to the fall in the temperatures. Looks like cloudy skies tomorrow with temperatures in the low 60s, and then a chance of rain by Saturday night into early Sunday, and that will likely carry over into Monday and Tuesday because of the next stronger system will be heading in at that time.
And here's a recap of our top stories at 5.
A federal grand jury indicts former Governor Edwin Edwards, his son, and 4 other men on charges of racketeering and conspiracy. They're accused of being illegally involved in the awarding of riverboat casino licenses. Edwards and the others are each charged with 34 counts. 3 people have pleaded guilty in the case.
And a new survey ranks Arkansas roads as the worst in the country. The Surface Transportation Policy Project did the study. It says the state spent just $8 million on road repair in 1996. Other states spent an average of $2 billion. And John Dennison joins us now with a preview of Region 10 News at 6.
Thanks a lot, Cindy. Here's what Jackie Greggs and I have new coming up in a half hour. A justice system for children that's been considered one of the worst in America is under new scrutiny tonight. Brian talks to the lawyer who's handling a bunch of the abuse cases brought by kids who are either in our juvenile jails in Region 10 or have been. And a national singing contest is coming here. We'll have a preview of some of the great gospel music that you will be hearing. Those stories and a live Football Friday Night preview coming up at 6.
Well, we're out of time at 5 o'clock. Thanks for watching.
NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw is next. Good night.
Hair care provided by John Samuels Hair Salon. We know you have a choice. Thank you for choosing KTVE Region 10 News.